Five, four, three, two, one. Hello, beautiful people. Happy Saturday. We are here to talk horror movies, and we are going to continue the 2025 wrap up. I uploaded my video of my best and worst 2025 movies of all genres, so make sure you check that out. And today we are strictly talking the creme de la creme of 2025 horror, but I'm not by myself. We got Miss Lady Struggle herself, the queen bee of horror. I know she gonna come through with some good stuff tonight. Tyra.
Don't you lie on me like don't say that. Now, if this would have been 2024, this would have been a real cute situation. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for having me, Nikki. I'm gonna do my best with what I got. Now, the creme de la creme, we might have to dig a little deeper for that.
And of course, we have friends to the channel, Our Life in Horror, Sam and Brandon. Are y'all ready to talk 2025 horror?
Of course.
Yes, of course. I'm prepared.
I think the list I'm most excited for is Sam, because me and Sam have a running joke that everything she loves, I hate, and everything I hate, she
Vice
loves.
versa. Yeah, that's pretty on point, actually.
And of course, last and definitely not least, we have the person y'all tried to crown, the horror girl, and we gonna indoctrinate her because she watch a lot more horror than she try to let on. I know she be in them horror streets. My sweet perspective, it's a perspective gonna be sweet tonight.
Not so much, but there'll always be a sprinkling of sweetness there. But I'm excited. Thank you for having me, Nikki. I did not expect this invitation because, as
I
you
feel
stated,
like it would be fun to have diverse lists and stuff. We the diehards, as y'all like to clown me. I'm always digging in the crates, and you're the average kind of horror fan that ain't digging,
Casual
but you
viewer.
watch it.
Yeah, casually, sure.
See, Sam, what is your overall opinion of 2025 horror movies as a whole? What kind of year was it for you?
I thought we had some good movies. I know I was hearing differing opinions before we went live, but I have quite a few movies. Even when we did our top 10 the other day, I had a long list afterwards of honorable mentions. So it was hard for me to come up with my 10 and now 5.
So you had a hard time narrowing it down because you had a lot of movies you loved.
Yeah, I did.
How did you feel, Brandon, about the year as a whole when it comes to horror?
I mean, I thought it was a good year. It wasn't a great year, but it was a good one. We
Yeah.
had some pretty solid movies mixed in there. We had a lot of fun movies as well. A lot of genre blending movies, which I was very excited for. And I think they all pretty much hit the mark. So, yeah, I think there's a good variety of horror this year.
Let's see. Thank you to everybody in the chat. TG, thank you for being here in the live. Joshua, thank you for being here in the live. Shout out to everybody who is here. Please make sure you support the panel. Tyra, what did you think of 2025 horror?
Oh. I mean, it had a lot of promise because this wasn't a year, fortunately, of sequels. We got, some individual properties, which is always great. Some new things, new creatures, new villains. But the plots weren't plotting for me quite often. And it was a drag. It was a drag. Even when I went over there into them indie, hidden, low budget shutter streets, if you will, it was just all quite disappointing. And I'm looking forward to what we have to offer this year because anything I thought was great, it came out in 2024 and I was just late to watch it.
You know what? I felt like you because I spent the whole year, like, we got to the end and I said, dang, did I even give any 5 stars this year? Like, what in the world? I feel like I had a ton of 3-star films, which for me, 3 stars like an average, middle of the road, enjoyable kind of movie. And that was the bulk of what I rated stuff in 25. And even my foreign films let me down. You said the independent let you. My foreign films, I was like, I can always count on the Japanese, on the French. They gonna give me something. Ashley, did 25 horror win you over? Did you say, you know what, I'm coming to the dark side?
Yeah, no, it didn't. But it was fine. Like, you know how I am. I'm honestly, even outside of just like the horror space, I'm more of a TV girly. Like, I'm more of a TV show type of person. Because film overall has just disappointed me probably for quite a few years, honestly. It doesn't quite move me. But I will say there were some things that stood out to me this year that I actually had a good time watching. So I'll always take that. That's a win for me.
So what kind of horror TV did you like this year or
I
last
loved
year?
Derry. I thought Derry was super fun. That was probably on the top of my show list. That was in the horror genre. I thought they did a great job with that.
So we are going to go through our ranking of 5 through 1 of our horror films from 2025. And I guess I'll kick it off. My number 5, I halfway feel like my number 5 is embarrassing, but I can't deny how much fun I had with this movie. I was very pleasantly surprised. If you have been on my channel, you know the number one thing I always say is please stop casting Anya Taylor-Joy. Like, I'm so tired of that lady. But my number 5 is The Gorge. I was so shocked at how much I liked this movie. I actually had a really good time. I gave this one 4 stars, which is one of the highest ratings I gave anything this year. And the only reason it's my number 5 and not higher is because it doesn't have a rewatchability for me. And I love to rewatch stuff. And I really don't think I would ever rewatch this. But I thought the time, especially in The Gorge, was really good. I actually like Anya Taylor-Joy here because I feel like she's a good casting in certain things. Like she was casted well in The Witch, in that movie where she was like that weird bionic girl made in the lab. But she wasn't the right casting for like Furiosa. Like I be tired of them just picking her for everything. But she had good chemistry with the co-star here. Like it was so much I felt like they could have got into with the whole backstory of The Gorge and all of that. So that is my number 5. Tyra, what is coming in at your number 5?
My number 5, for the reason that you said, like, oh, it didn't have rewatchability. I need rewatchability with my movies, especially with horror. My number 5 is Dangerous Animals. I had a really good time with Dangerous Animals. It got the best of both. We had a really good villain, and we had a little bit of like a creature feature. It was fun. Like first of all, you can really be like dead on arrival in the water when you get into like, oh, they're killer sharks. It's like, okay, what are you gonna do with some killer sharks that we haven't seen before? I thought the acting was great. The lead, like there was really great tension. I would watch it like I will put it like a little popcorn movie, just throw on and kick back and have a good time, maybe a little laugh. It has really great rewatch quality, and that's like really important to me, especially for that kind of horror. I thought it was fun. If you haven't watched Dangerous Animals, watch it. It was bloody. It got some good blood. I think the what is that? I think it got missed because it kind of got in the midst of like the Meg and whatever that other shark movie is that came out, and it kind of flew below the radar, but it was one of my favorites from this year.
You know what? I was kind of disappointed with Dangerous Animals. I think I gave it a 3. Like it didn't suck. I actually really loved Jai Courtney in it as the villain, but I hated the lead girl. I thought she was very mediocre and blasé, and I don't know, it didn't give. And it was another shark movie came out this year, Fear Below, that I actually liked better, and it didn't have as much shark action. I was kind of let down with Dangerous Animals, but that's a solid entry. Sam, what do you have coming in at your number 5?
Okay, I was debating on if this one should be on my list because it probably leans more thriller, but I'm throwing it on there because it has some horror elements to it, I guess. But The Housemaid, I was really excited for this one. I read the book, so I had sort of high hopes going into it. And I had so much fun watching it play out on screen. I had so much fun seeing it with him because he didn't read the book and doesn't know the twists and stuff. And it was just so good. And by the end, so unhinged. And I just thought everyone did well done. And I really loved it.
You know what? I've heard good things about The Housemaid. It was not on my radar. I didn't care about it. But now I'm like, let me check it out. Because I've heard people, I'm like, y'all raving? Y'all raving about it? Let me check it out. Brandon, what do you have coming in at your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be a little independent film called It Feeds. It's local to us. I believe it's streaming on Hulu in the States, and it's streaming here in Canada on Crave. It was shot 45 minutes away from us. Stars Sean Ashmore and Ashley Greene. It's a really good movie. I've just watched this director's whole filmography, so to see where he started to where he is now is just fantastic. It's incredible. There's good practical effects. The demon looks great. The acting from everybody is pretty top notch as well. So, and it's got some good creepy moments in it. I really enjoyed this film, not expecting a whole lot because it is an indie, so they can kind of, you don't expect a whole lot. But I was pleasantly surprised with this movie.
I had no idea that was a Canadian movie. That's interesting. Miss Ashley, what do you have in your number 5 spot?
Coming in at number 5 is the one we talked about backstage. Definitely Queens of the Dead. I was not expecting to have a good time over there, and I laughed literally 80% of the movie. There was a little bit of a lag, but I feel like if I can be thoroughly entertained, I think the effects were comical. Like, they were completely outlandish, over the top. It felt very camp, and I kind of like that in my horror. And it was good just to see, I think, a different group of people experiencing horror, right? And yeah, I enjoyed it. That would come in definitely at my number 5.
I was shocked how much I like Queens of the Dead because I don't like comedy in my horror at all, but it had some good moments and one-liners. That's what it was. It had when you're dealing with the gays, it's gonna be some quippy, snappy one-liners that I thought was really good. But I was like, tone down the comedy. Give me more horror. But that was a solid one. And it was made by Nepo Babies. See, Nepo Babies get a bad rep. They really do. It's George A. Romero's feature film debut. And I would be here for whatever she does next. I thought that was really solid. I thought the movie looked good. And coming in at my number 4, I might get hate mail for not putting this at the top because people act like this movie is the second coming of Jesus himself. Sinners is my number 4. And I feel like typically when people go crazy with a movie, I typically don't like it. When Barbarian came out, I was so excited, like, oh shoot, people going crazy. I didn't care for Barbarian. So Sinners is the first time in a couple years where I walked out like, dang, the hype was real. Immaculately shot movie. It looks gorgeous. I'm not a fan of Michael B. Jordan. I think he'd be overacting, but that's neither here nor there. But I will say, I don't think I would have liked it as much if I didn't get a heads up because my mother saw it before me and she said, baby, this ain't no vampire movie. She was like, don't go in expecting horror. I would describe it as more like a Black historical drama with some vampires in the third act. But since I knew what I was getting into, I actually really enjoyed the ride. But if I didn't have that heads up, I would have been watching that movie mad like, baby, where's the vampires? And Rameek is my favorite character of the year. I was obsessed with him. You know what I'm saying? They would have got me because I would have said, baby, let me go outside. The Klan finna come get us. Rameek want to unite us. Let me go on outside. Tyra, what do you have coming in at your number 4?
Number 4 is the twisted Norwegian Cinderella tale, The Ugly Stepsister. I really like The Ugly Stepsister. It was so unexpected. I didn't know where we were going, but I am a big fan of body horror, and if you can get me to wince at all, I was like, oh my God, are they really going to do this? And they did it. I wouldn't want to spoil it for anybody. And I know a lot of people, if it's in a region or a foreign film, are like, oh, we got to read. Yes, we might have to read just a little bit. Just a little bit. I think the journey that you go on with this film is warranted. And if you can get any type of film to make something like the Cinderella story interesting again and kind of turn it on its head, and we're focusing on the stepsister and getting into so much great body horror and practical effects, it was deliciously gross. Okay, it was. I just, anytime I thought it couldn't get any worse as far as are they really going to put her through, and it just got bad. And I was like, girl, just bury her at this point because it's terrible. But I thought it was really, really good. And once again, it's a film that I would watch again.
And it was directed by a woman. Shout out to The Ugly Stepsister. You know what my disconnect was with The Ugly Stepsister? It was a good movie, but it reminds me of movies like She's All That. you know that era of films where an actress was the character supposed to be ugly,
Yeah.
and you watch the movie like, but she ain't even ugly.
She's
Like,
got glasses.
I was like, but she, and then she had like a food thing. I was like, but she ain't fat though. Like, it was throwing me off.
This is great.
Brandon, what do you have coming in at your number 4?
My number 4 is going to be Stephen King's The Long Walk.
Oh,
You guys didn't like this movie or what?
I liked it.
Oh, okay. This movie's great for like almost a 2-hour long movie about walking. It is thoroughly entertaining. It is incredibly well acted. It flows very well. It's graphic. The practical effects of this movie are fantastic. And the characters are great. You love every one of these young men who you know are going to perish at some point, and it's unfortunate. You just don't know who's going to make it. It's an incredible journey.
wow.
Yeah, Tyra, what was the sigh?
You gonna ask me?
What was the sigh?
I hated The Long Walk so much. I don't
Damn,
know
you hated it?
what racially motivated bigot made The Long Walk, but I didn't like it. I didn't want no parts of The Long Walk. The longer we walked, the more upset I got, especially when we got over there, not only with our black sacrificial ass character, but our indigenous character. I just did not like it. I didn't like it, and I would never watch that again. I didn't like The Long Walk.
Now, Tyra, you know when you dealing with Stephen King, you're gonna get a
I
magical
know.
Negro.
I was just hoping, since we did have so many young men and it was a younger narrative, it felt like we were trying to do something refreshing that maybe we might course correct and not be so magical Negro-ish. But I didn't need him being a magical Negro, especially when I love the actor so much in Alien Romulus. Don't bring him
Love
over
David
here.
Johnson.
Don't have him over here doing this.
They did. I'm gonna be honest, with no spoilers, but they shot me at the end because I thought it was gonna go. Because all
Yeah.
I say is Stephen King always got a reason to kill the Negroes off. Like
That's
he's
what I
gonna go
said.
out his
I
way
said,
to
if
kill
we
Doc
kill the
Cameron
Negro, I'm
in the
over it,
cabin.
Steven. Don't you kill the Negro. He didn't. I was okay because we didn't do that. But the journey getting there, the fact that he was so eager to die for him, I was like, can you please pipe down? Can you
You
please?
not gonna stop walking for me, Tyra, so I can win?
I want to live. I got stuff to live for.
I'll be honest. I felt like Brandon. I feel like The Long Walk. I got to it late in the year because it just feels like the type of movie I wouldn't like. Like, man, we just walking the whole time. Like, I was so engrossed, and this is why I always harp on not liking characters. The characters and the acting elevated the baby. I was crying. I was like, damn, this movie for making me cry. That indigenous, I was crying. I was crying. Now, I didn't think they did good world building because nobody looked starving, hungry, or desperate enough to be walking or dying. But I thought the acting, literally, I was so into it. Oh my God. Good one, Brandon. That's a good one. Sam, what do you have coming in at your number 4?
I'm going with Hard Eyes. I said it before we went live. I love my rom-coms. So the fact that I got a slasher rom-com was like a dream, and I need more of them in my life. I absolutely love the Hard Eyes Killer. I love that he goes after couples. I love Valentine's horror. It was so funny. Like the first opening scene with the whole proposal was hilarious. They had solid kills. We've both, like, everyone says that the reveal, they hate the reveal, and that's why they hate this movie. Like, it doesn't bother me. It's fine. I liked it. I also love Allie and Allie and Jay.
Yeah.
Allie and Jay. Yeah. Mason
You
Gooding.
know what? Hard Eyes was one of my DNFs this year. I think I saw it for about 15 minutes. Then baby went to the job and some guy came. I said, "Child, I'm out of here." Like, I don't know. It wasn't my vibe.
It's worth finishing. It's a fun one. Another popcorn movie. You just throw it on. It's just fun.
Mhm.
Like, set it and forget it. It's a cute. It's nothing that we haven't seen, especially from like it feels very 90s. Like when we had all of those sub movies that were like, we could do Scream too, and we had all of those movies. It fits in there. It's fun. And the costuming is cute.
Yeah, I love the mask.
Yeah, I like how the villain looks. Ashley, what do you have coming in at your number 4?
At my
You're
number
muted.
4, I had a super good time over here with this one. Again, another. I think I like horror that makes me laugh. That's not supposed to make me laugh, but makes me laugh. The level of unhingedness that was released in this movie, it brought me joy. That's Bring Her Back. I did not go into it thinking I was going to enjoy myself over here because I really shouldn't have. But from the car hitting our elder lady at like some things that aren't supposed to be funny just really, really tickled me through it. And I actually didn't mind the story. I was here for it. I mean, it was a good time. It was a good watch. Yeah, I liked it.
I don't think I ever expected anyone to say they laughed at, and bring her back.
Again, we typically watch things in a group setting. And so it makes it funny. Things that shouldn't be sometimes.
See, I knew you were demented. I knew it. Tyra, did you have any like standout or favorite performances in 2025?
Standout. Hey, let me look at this list again. Whoever, well, I don't know who the actor's name was, but that man who was packing and 28 years later, standout, miraculous. That man who was dragging all that deer around that film, I don't know who that was. He didn't have any dialogue because we were still just in our zombie state and we couldn't do too much. We just infected. But that man was dragging all movie, and I thought it was amazing how I was so entranced. I was like, oh my God, we're really gonna just stay on this man Nude's body for quite some time. And he was so well hung. I was so distracted. That was a standout for me. I never forgot about that all year long.
Tyra, all these actors trying to get Oscars for horror, and you calling out dude packing in 28.
I didn't remember anybody else. I remember that naked man.
I cannot. Okay, Tyra. I'm so thrown off now.
You asked the question.
Why did you say
I
that?
delivered. That's what you asked the question.
I feel like my favorite performance in 2025 is somebody Tyra hated. I felt like the same way I felt with Mr. Crockett, where I felt like he was a great horror villain in a mediocre movie. I really love Aunt Gladys. I am always asking for female horror villains, and I feel like we got two great female horror villains this year. Bring Her Back had a great villain who I detested, but I remember first seeing this actor actually on Criminal Minds. That's the first time I remember seeing the lady who plays Aunt Gladys. I thought her performance was amazing. I was absolutely here for it. Brandon, do you have any standout performances from 2025?
Yeah, I mean, you guys already said two of the big ones. I'll go with the actor who played Samuel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Samuel in Sinners. For first time performance, he absolutely proves that he can run with the big dogs. Like incredible performance.
That's great. See, I didn't know we were supposed to give respectable answers. I thought we were just giving.
Sam, did you have any standout performances?
David Johnson in The Long Walk is definitely my favorite. I also really liked Brandon Sklenar in The Housemaid. So,
you know what? I get actively angry every time I see Dennis Quaid, mediocre ass son. He gets so many roles. If y'all don't give David Johnson all the roles and all, I'd be so sick of seeing Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid, a mediocre actor, and his son is even worse. Like, I cannot stand his son. Like, please, all the time. The talent in The Long Walk really pissed me off because I was like, where are these young men? Like, why are they not getting roles? Ashley, did you have any standout performances?
I did. And this is actually more of a thriller and it's a TV show, but Matthew Rhys's performance in The Beast in Me was exceptional acting. I adore him. And then, of course, I think all of the children in It Welcome to Derry did an amazing job. Like, those were performances where I was like, oh, little Will? I was like, oh, you sweet children. Y'all are really being trained. But yeah, Matthew Rhys for sure is a standout for me. Even in Hallow Road, he completely embodied a weak husband. Like I've seen him run the gamut in all roles. So for me, it's Matthew Rhys.
Okay, my number 3 pick is Bone Lake, which we're kind of getting a lot of these two strangers show up at the same Airbnb sector of horror movies. But I actually had a lot of fun with this. And even the way the movie opened, I was like, oh, damn, they're going to go there. They're going to show this man whole penis. They're going to stab him in his penis. I was just like, oh, okay, we finna really go there. Like, I was like, okay, we finna get some gore. We finna get some craziness. And, you know, me and my man would never. But the way that these couples was just straight up mayhem in that movie, I had a lot of fun with Bone Lake. Tyra, what do you have coming in at your number 3?
Number 3, I have Together. The balls it takes to bring two people together and create a non-binary person. It was a very interesting premise to me. It was very, very telling in that way. I like body horror. I think the premise felt very 80s invasion of the body snatchers. You know, those like why would you poke that? Why would you drink that? Like Slither, like what are you doing here? I enjoy things like that. I thought bringing the two whatever together was interesting to see, and it was even more interesting to watch them come apart. And I like what it represented as far as just kind of toxic relationships and you wanting to be apart from someone, but whatever it is making you stay. I thought the metaphor and all of the simile in the movie was creative as well. And yeah, it's something once again that I'll watch because the scene where they're in the bathroom and they're like connected, my whole everything, my tits, everything was in pain. I was in pain for them. I was like, oh my God, this is awful.
You mean the bathroom scene at the school?
Yeah, when they're stuck. I was like, oh my God, I'm hurting. I was sore. And I was just sitting in my seat. Anything that's gonna like get a reaction out of me and make me go like, oh my goodness, it's gold for me to watch it again. So yeah, I enjoyed that.
That scene was a little visceral. Ashley, what do you have in your number 3 spot?
Number 3 was Dust Bunny. I was actually sent the screeners for Dust Bunny, and I didn't know what to think when I went into it, but it really gave magical realism. I feel like if you like that Guillermo del Toro like vibe or essence, it was all wrapped up in this movie. I thought it was fun. I thought it was well acted, and it was really dark. Surprisingly, I didn't expect me to like it because there were some really dark overtones around trauma and like releasing stuff and holding on to things. But I really got a good watch out of it, and I thought it looked really, really cool. The idea that you've got this dust bunny who's eating everybody and killing all your family, so much so you have to hire a hitman to come and get them. I thought it was a fun watch. It was a wild ride.
What? I've never.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think it comes out in 26, if I'm not mistaken. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, I feel like I can't wait to see that because the whole premise is this little girl hires a hitman to kill the monster under her bed. I was like, that is so original. Like, what? Brandon, what do you have coming in at your number 3?
My number 3 is Weapons. I really enjoyed the storytelling for this. I like the different points of view. I think all the characters are flawed, but some of them are kind of fun. Like I like the junkie, following the junkie character. It was a lot of fun just in how ridiculous that was. There's some excellent jump scares in this movie, as well as there's some really good scenes of tension. You guys already brought up Aunt Gladys is an excellent villain. Like she acted the shit out of that. And I love that. And the ending was so funny and just caught, I think, our whole theater off guard of what was going to happen. I literally had this kid beside me sitting in the theater jump a foot out of his seat twice.
He screamed
in the
too.
movie, and
Really
he screamed.
high-pitched.
Oh yeah. So it was a fun theater experience. But my top 3, I also watched at home after to see if they still hold up, and Weapons was still one of the ones that did hold up for me this year. So Weapons is my number 3.
What do you have, Sam?
My number 3 is Sinners, which we've already discussed. I just thought this movie was beautiful. The guy that plays Samuel is so good. There's sexy moments, which I always appreciate. The fact that this movie was like over 2 hours long and like you said was basically a drama but with like a little bit of vampires, and the fact that I enjoyed it says a lot because I went in thinking it was going to be vampires and I love vampires, but I still love the crap out of it, and like the music was so good. It was such a beautiful movie. So
It's so interesting to me with Sinners because I feel like the biggest horror like moment actually to me is when Delroy Lindo is in the car telling the story about when the white people had them sing and then the kid got the money and got lynched and like the sound effects in the back. I was like, this is the most like haunting like horror moment. I thought that was so good to just like tell that story and you kind of visually imagining it and you can kind of hear the sound effects and the screaming and the train in the background and Delroy Lindo is motherfucking Delroy Lindo. So that was so amazing. Um, where are we at? Did everybody get at number 3?
So, yeah.
Okay. Now we are getting to the top 2 horror movies for us in 2025. My number 2, my little sister would probably kill me for because she said she was boycotting this movie, Until Dawn. My little sister is a huge video game fan. I don't like video games. I think they're kind of juvenile. That's just me. That's just me. But I used to love watching my little sister play this video game because it was like watching a movie. Like it was so cool. I was like, oh, I didn't know video games was like it was literally a movie. And yeah, this ain't nothing like the video game. It ain't even got it snowing. But I had so much fun with this movie. It really gives me just like that. It reminds me of kind of those kind of throwaway, not throwaway for me, but throwaway generic like fun 90s horror movies that would just be really absurd and have really good gore. That's how I felt with this. Like I had so much fun. I think this might be the one I rewatched the most of the 2025 releases because it's one of those movies that you just throw on and you can kill time real easy. I had so much fun with this. I'm sorry, Kira. I know you boycotting this movie, but this was at the top for me. And the way they did that little Asian girl, oh my god, that girl was suffering in that movie. Tyra, what do you have as your number 2?
Bring Her Back. Bring Her Back is number 2 because I was so mad. I was so mad. How dare you endear and put that poor sweet boy in my face and then take him out? I was so mad. I was so mad. Like, if you're going to get an emotional response from me in a movie, I'm going to remember it. Like, I was so upset because I was like, he has to be vindicated. He has to be redeemed. You know what, sister? I could leave your ass here. I should leave you here, but I'm not. I'm not going to leave you here, and I'm going to stick it out, and I'm going to save my sister. Like, you're waiting for, like, the reprieve and the release. Like, oh, my God, they're safe. Because he deserves to be safe. If anybody... Why did kill him? That just made me so mad. It made me so mad. And then we have these horrific moments with, oh my gosh, like I'm trying to think because I haven't been back to watch it since the first time, but oh my goodness, the scene in the kitchen with the knife in the mouth, I was like, why why? It's those were the more grotesque thing, but the real thing is just the villain in this. She wasn't the mother to them, but whoever she was to them, I can't remember.
Foster
but
mom or something.
Her foster mom, like that relentless drive she had, just because this is what I want to do and this is the ritual and how to get it. I don't care who I have to sacrifice. She was just like, she was awful, and it was something really eerie about her. That actress, can't remember her name, but she's great. It's just she gets under your skin, and I was very entertained and sad at the same time.
Well, since you done spoiled it, I'm gonna say what really pissed me off with Bring. I actually hated that movie, and I feel like I'm just not the audience for these filmmakers because I wasn't a fan of Talk to Me either. But the thing she did at the very end, I feel like she should have did at the beginning. Like, bitch, just die then. Like, just go die and be with your dog. That pissed me off. Like, if you just gonna do, you should have did that at the beginning. And I just personally don't buy. And I mean, I'm not a parent, but I don't buy a parent with kids harming other kids, like, and not just harming them, viciously harming. I don't know. I don't buy that. It kind of reminds me of like when you're a kid and your parents tell you, if you're ever lost, look for another mom. You know, like you would think that parents are more endeared to kids, even if they are not their kids. That whole movie just pissed me off so bad. And now the performances is the only thing that saved it. I thought the little girl, her brother, the performances were brilliant. I also feel like oh god, so much was just stupid. When that foster lady come up in like the head to come in there, the lady just lady, you ain't even really caught yet. Like why you just oh it pissed me off.
Ashley, I love that you find comedy in that lady getting hit by.
And then they didn't even tie it in right, because the whole thing was she needed a child to die the way her daughter did. And we have the boy drown, which is the way her daughter died, but that doesn't lead to anything. I'm like, well, what did he drown for then? I thought we were supposed to be tying that in. Anyway, that's my gripe. Since Tyra spoiled it, I just went on all into it. Ashley, what's your number 2?
Tyra's not gonna like this, but these are the tales, the freaky tales. That actually was classified as horror, and I loved it. It's a cute 80s anthology style, kind of sci-fi horror vibe, I guess. I had a great time with it. We're killing Nazis in Oakland. Like, it felt so West. Like, I enjoyed myself over there. I really, really had a good time. It like really, I feel like transported you back to the 80s. We even get our Kareem Abdul-Jabbar type moment in the last set of stories. Like, I just had a good time. It was bloody for no reason. It didn't make any sense. We got like the punk kid culture. We got rap. We got Too Short. Like, Freaky Tales was a good time to me.
And my little sister is on my mother's account saying it hurts that I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know the video. Y'all think horror fans be crazy or book adaptation people? Them video games people be crazy. They be crazy about their little video game adaptations, child. Sam, what do you have coming in at your number 2?
I have The Long Walk. I loved this movie. I was also crying. I thought it was so emotional. The acting was so great. Again, David Johnson just steals it all the time when I see him now in Romulus too. Yeah, he's such a cutie. The first kill that we get too with Curly, the boy, like, is so emotional. I don't know. I was just an emotional mess the whole movie, especially knowing that only one person can make it. So yeah, I loved it. When a movie gets me like that, I'm in. I haven't been able to rewatch it though, because I have to like be PMSing or something, and I just haven't been in the mood.
The Long Walk proved to me that I don't have no real friends, because the way them people knew each other for 2 hours and was blocking out for each other, like, me and my friends need to have a talk. Brandon, what do you have at your number 2?
My number 2 is going to be Sinners. We already talked about it quite a bit, but I think it's a great ensemble cast. It's an excellent story. I didn't know. I knew like the vague idea of what the movie was, but I didn't know where exactly it was going to go. So I dragged Sam out to go see it because you were kind of
Sinners.
you kind of didn't want to go see it at the time. But after we got out of the theater, we were like, "Fuck, that's
That
like
was really good.
that was like one of the best movies of the year for sure." The soundtrack's excellent. The cinematography, just everything about that movie to me is like perfection. We watched it once too when we were at home, and we were still afterwards like, fuck, that is such a good movie.
You know the thing that really bugs me with Sinners, and I need to know what y'all think. When the old girl let all the vampires in, it wasn't nothing but about a little group of us. Who was them vampires killing? They was jumping on humans when they got into that juke joint, and it wasn't no other humans. I was like, baby, who is they jumping on? Who is these random extra actors that Ryan Coogler got in here that they was just jumping on? I was like, who is
That is very anal.
Yeah, no movie is perfect.
Because I was like, where did we only had about 5 people in there, and I was like, who are the vampires jumping on? That was killing me. And then you gonna kick everybody outside with the vampires at, so they can all turn. Sir, get them folks. Don't let them out. But does anybody have an honorable mention that did not make the top 5?
28 Years Later for me will be an honorable mention. I really love the beginning of 28 Years Later. And then by the time we got halfway through, when Lil Man, if you will, was out there on his own independently with his crazy mama, it lost me. It lost me, and the premise just got a bit weak for me, so I couldn't put it in the top 5. But 28 Years Later is definitely an honorable mention.
Ashley?
Okay, so this one was fun for me, and so I'd give Final Destination Bloodlines. I'd give that honorable mention. I had a good time. It felt nostalgic. It felt so reminiscent of the earlier movies, and I thought it looked really, really cool. Like, even their cold open, I thought that was really neat. Yeah, I'd give it to Final Destination Bloodlines.
Your expression was so funny.
'Cause I was like, what? I just wasn't on the list, Nikki. I have notes. This was-
Brandon, do you have an honorable mention?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Begonia on this one. I think Begonia is a really good movie. It's a lot of fun. I think
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone and whoever that other guy is, the Matt Damon lookalike, basically is what I call him, anyways. But I think he is so good in this movie. Like, he's so different from all of his other roles. So I really like their portrayal. The score is so big and bombastic and epic, even though there's some like sillier things happening on screen. I do have like its issues with like some of the costume designs near the end of the movie, but other than that, it's a guessing game of whether or not you believe this crazy guy or you don't believe this crazy guy. And it's just a lot of fun. I watched it like just before the year ended and I was blown away by how much I loved it.
Now, who did you say that young man looks like?
Oh, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Now, see, Brandon, all white people don't look the same because Jesse Plemons don't look nothing like Matt Damon.
Oh, those two, that guy totally looks like Matt Damon.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, for sure. Come on.
I feel like Jesse Plemons has such a distinct face. Like, you know him when you see it. That is not Matt Damon.
Yeah, like Matt Damon.
Like, if he's turned to
There's
the
only-
side and moves really fast, I can kind of see it almost. I say a cross between Matt Damon and the guy from Daredevil. What you call Matt's
Ben
best
Affleck?
friend? Yeah.
The best friend.
Yeah.
Oh, John
The show.
Favreau?
What?
Between Matt
This
Damon
fella?
and him.
This
That's
don't
wrong.
look nothing like Matt.
That's
Don't y'all
what I
disrespect
think,
Matt
Tyra.
Damon like that.
Now, he looked more like Matt Murdock's best friend than Matt Damon.
Yeah.
But my honorable mention was just a random no-name movie that I just so happened to came across. It's a Norwegian like disaster creature feature called Survive. I was so pleasantly surprised. It's this family who go out on a boat for their son's birthday, and this whole like catastrophic event happens. And so I don't know why humans turn feral when the apocalypse only been like 5 hours, but they did, and they was trying to kill people for their rations and stuff. But then you also had these weird like creatures. I was very pleasantly surprised. It was a really good time. It's just a little generic movie and mediocre acting, but I had so much fun. I love a creature feature. I thought the creatures were really good. I mean, they look fake, but the creatures were really good, and I had a really good time. My number one movie of 2025, well, my number one horror movie is actually the only horror movie that I gave 5 stars, and that was Together. I love Together. It was my favorite theater experience this year. I was blown away, and how much I connected with the male character, it really scares me because he was such a man child, but I connected with him so I was like, I see you, brother. I feel like they did drop the ball at the end. I expected the reveal to be something much more. I was thinking, I guess, like the substance, how it just goes really crazy with what Eliza Sue morphs into. Like, I was expecting something like that. I was like, oh, we got a transgender? Like, that's what y'all did? Like, I was expecting a wow factor. But man, I really loved that movie. It was so many standout moments. And typically, I don't like dream sequences, but I love the dream sequences in Together because it actually ties in like character information, and they were shot really well. I love when they're going down the hallway, like they're asleep and their bodies are pulling each other together. Oh my God. Yeah, that was my favorite experience this year. I had so much fun with Together. Tyra, what is your number one?
You know it's Sinners. You know it's Sinners. Sinners was great. Like, first of all, I love a historical drama, period piece type situation. So when you do that and you mix horror with it, for me, I was really anticipating what Ryan Coogler was going to do because he, amongst all else, he's going to go over there with Michael B. Jordan, and it could grow a little stale for me. And I wanted to see what they could do outside of Fruitvale Station, Lord, because anybody got time to be crying. Outside of an established property, because we have, you know, the MCU Black Panther type thing, and then we have Creed, which is, I just recently watched the Creeds. I had never seen them because I was like, who? Because it's just Rocky or bust. Get that out of my face. But I watched it. It wasn't bad. But I wanted to see what he was going to do with an independent idea and a property and really just write something thoroughly. and see if he was gonna reinvent Michael a bit for me, because like you said, he's not maybe my favorite actor per se. But I was like, oh, he's really like making an effort here. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this, because when it was like, oh yeah, he's gonna play twins, I was like, okay, now look, y'all doing a whole lot, a little too much dip on your chip. But he made it happen, and I was pleasantly surprised. I thought the entire cast was great. Like y'all said, Lil Sam, Somebody Take Me, exceptional. I can't wait to see what he does next. And I will literally watch Delroy Lindo read Telephone Book. I don't care what he's doing. I'm just going to be there. That was great. As far as the vampires and the lore, it could get interesting. You know, when you give me From Dusk Till Dawn type moment, like what all are we going to do in a night? Because you can kind of lose the plot there and just make it really cynical. Like, okay, we're hitting these familiar beats. But it kept me intrigued, because by the time Grace opened them doors, I was pissed off. By the time she opened it and opened that invitation, I was over it. But I thought Jack as the lead vampire there, I thought he was great. It was just really good. And once again, it has the most rewatchability for me out of a lot of the horrors. I've watched Sinners at least 4 times, and I don't do that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And justice for Grace, because she got too much hate. Like, we was dead no matter what. We was dead no matter what. The clan was going to get us, or the vampires was going to get us.
Not the clan. See, now you're just making stuff up. We don't know that.
No,
we don't know that.
That was the clan plan, to sell them that meal and come kill everybody in the morning. We were all dead anyway.
Not right history. We don't know what would happen when the folks would have got there, okay? We could have all been still
We know what would have happened.
Them vamps was going to have to go somewhere because the sun was coming up. We could have all been inside. And as soon as you got in here and thought you was going to clench it up, could have got bit up. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. We don't know until we get there. Don't do that, Grace. Don't do that, Grace. Ever again.
Your man here, Tyra.
Hey, Dane. I'm here, people. So that you know, we just wait for you on bated breath. Hello, Dane. Thank you for being here.
Nobody slandered Sinners, but if that's my opinion, I will slander it. But nobody slandered it, Dane. Calm down. I didn't know you was working PR for Ryan Coogler. Ashley, what is your number one?
You know it's Sinners. It was the most mainstream adjacent horror movie that I watched all year. No, I honestly feel like it was a love letter. I felt like it was beautiful. I think it was just so respectful to all of the cultures, to history. Like, it just was so beautiful to see everybody come together. I think someone mentioned earlier the ensemble cast. Delroy Lindo is going to do it for me every single time. Miles was exceptional. Wunmi was exceptional. I just think it was like kismet. I feel like all the stars aligned and it was perfect. From the soundtrack to everything else, it was like a movement and a force. And I think it made history. It was legendary. It was iconic. It was the moment. It was all of those things. So for that reason, it's my number one. And it's the only one that I would ever watch again, to be honest with you. We're talking about—
Oh, not the only one.
Yeah.
Not you glanced at the list.
I had to look just to be sure. Yeah.
I will say, when the Sinners opening, where they're getting all the stuff together for the day, I wanted to see the twins in Chicago with Al Capone. I wanted to see that.
I think I wanted to see our indigenous vampire hunters. I wanted to spend a little time over there. But other than that, I was cool.
Yeah, we definitely could have got more of them, because I was like, Dane, you got to keep up, sir. Nosferatu is a 2024 release. We're talking about 2025 releases. Werewolf hasn't even come out yet, sir. That's a 2026 release. We're talking about 2025.
Talking about that little tiny one that came out with old girl from Weapons.
Wolfman.
Oh, Wolfman. Well, that ain't called Werewolf. That's called Wolfman.
I'm just assuming, because nothing called Werewolf came out. Companion was, Companion was cool. It was forgettable for me. It was kind of shallow in the way of like, ooh, we almost got a refreshing take on Stepford Wives, or kind of like a mix of that and a Don't Worry Darling. I don't, like you said over there with Dennis Quaid's son, sometimes Huey will leave the boys and still be Huey, and I need him to be somebody else every single time.
And that's what I can't stand. I've never seen The Boys, but Dennis Quaid's son gonna play the same character every single time you see him. Y'all be talking about Vin Diesel. No, it's Dennis Quaid's son. He gonna give you the same thing. I actually didn't hate Companion,
No.
But I wish we didn't know Baby was a robot from the get-go.
Yeah.
They did have a twist with somebody's significant other being a robot that I was like, okay, at least we threw that in. But I wish we didn't know from the get-go. What is this thing?
What?
Dang, can you dang, please. It's my same old animal in my bed. An animal don't mean man. It's a literal animal.
Get out of people's private business.
Oh my God, dang. I cannot. Brandon, please. What's your number one?
My number one is gonna be Bring Her Back. And I have it at number one because of as good as Sinners was, it wasn't horror all the way through, whereas Bring Her Back just has dread throughout the entire movie. And I did cry through this movie, or at a certain point through this movie, and I don't have
Ashley laughed, you cried.
Yep, I know. I don't usually have that happen to me, but I had a very, very rough day, and I was just like, it was just too
don't
much.
make
Gotta justify it. It's all right. You cried. It was emotional.
Right.
Yeah.
It was.
When the brother makes the phone call apologizing to Piper, and you like, oh man, just the
You finna
worst.
cry now. That's what I'm talking about, Brandon.
Yeah. And then like the sound design is so good for this movie as well, with like the kitchen knife scene, which is still, I can just hear it.
Mhm.
Oh my
And
God.
incredible practical effects there as well. And Sally Hawkins just nails it as this manipulative, grief-stricken mother. It's an awful film to watch. It's just like a bad feeling film through and through, and that's what I love in my horror. So Bring Her Back takes it for me this year.
Sam, what do you have?
I'm going with Frankenstein. I loved this movie. I love the character of Frankenstein. I've been a little obsessive over this monster, Frankenstein's monster. Sorry, people. Yeah, I loved this movie. I'm not big on long movies, and this one I didn't even feel the runtime. I think the sets were beautiful, all the colors, the costumes. I think Jacob Elordi was amazing. I can still hear him screaming in the fire. I usually hate Mia Goth, and she actually was good in this. She wasn't Mia Gothing, is what I like to say, because Mia Goth is just over the top. But in this one, I actually loved her relationship with the monster, and yeah, it was emotional. I just think it was a really beautiful movie. So that's my number one.
I feel like the story of Frankenstein has been made so many times, even if it's like Penny Dreadful TV show, but that opening sequence was really good. That opening it wasn't. Somebody was really going crazy before I saw Frankenstein about how it was the greatest opening ever. Now, child, calm down, because it wasn't. But the opening was really good. I wish we got more of that monster action. Because the more slowly paced, you know how Guillermo del Toro gonna do. It kind of like Crimson Peak. That doesn't work for me personally. But yeah, I don't like that girl either. Just like Sam. That was all of our favorite horror for 2025. No, Blair, we did not mention Good Boy. I did enjoy it. Tyra, did you like Good Boy?
I just watched Good Boy. It was cool, but it wasn't good enough to make the top 5.
Yeah, I agree.
It's cool.
Jay Buggin, yes, Baby Quaid plays the same motherfucker with the same face. I'm sick of his face. I hate his face. I hate his hairline. I hate his voice, his haircut. I don't like his cuticles. I cannot stand
Oh,
this.
Lord. All right, Kendrick Lamar.
Actually, it's DMX when he was talking about how much he ain't like Drake. But yeah, I cannot stand he's so, I feel like he just gives mediocre. Like, I feel like you can pluck any actor into the role. Like, he is nothing special. Oh God, I can't stand him. But anyway. We are going to also lastly, before we get out of here, get into some of our anticipated 2026 movies. I really hope, Lord, I am putting myself at the altar that 2026 will be a better year for horror than 2025 was, because Lord Jesus, I was struggling in 2025. I was searching. But a couple of my most anticipated would be Evil Dead Burn. I love the Evil Dead franchise, And unlike a lot of franchises that start to burn out, I feel like what they're doing, where they're kind of revamping it and they're not interconnected, I think that definitely gives way for some really interesting stuff. And it is the same writer director who did that French spider horror Infested. So I feel like it is in great hands. And I have not liked Scream since the original trilogy. I'm so hyped for Scream 7. I am so motherfucking hyped for Scream 7. Y'all have no idea. I love Sydney. That is my final girl. I feel like the way that Bruce Willis is the Die Hard franchise, the way Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Terminator franchise, I think Neve Campbell is the Scream franchise. That's just my personal opinion. I'm honestly though, I'm not like expecting a lot. I'm not expecting it to blow me away, but I'm hoping it will be like a really great true to form slasher, and that they do some. We gotta have some stakes. Kill Sydney husband, kill one of her kids. I don't know. I need y'all to really go crazy and give us something. But the last one I'm looking forward to is Hokum, because it is the same writer director that did Oddity. I didn't care for his first movie, but Oddity was like my favorite horror movie of that year. So I'm super, super excited for what he's doing. It's going to be Irish again. It's going to be about a witch again, which I have no problem with him kind of trending those same things. I'm super, super excited. Ashley, do you have any horror that you're looking forward to for 2026?
I actually do, because you sent me
Oh,
down the rabbit hole, so I had to dig in and see what was going on. And this is actually in the horror genre, and I'm talking Clayface. Even though it's going to be, I guess, DC. Mike Flanagan. Since I got turned on to Mike Flanagan, he can do no wrong for me. Since Tyra had me watch them people, the vamps, in the church. What was it? Not the haunted. Who is it, Tyra? Midnight Mass.
The
I
Vamps
was
in the
like,
Church.
oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So he didn't give
Okay.
me no- So Clayface for sure, and then the other one is I think called Bride, and it's like a turning the Bride of Frankenstein kind of on its ear. It looked really cool just from the still shots. So those are the two I'm kind of looking out for in 2026 in the horror space.
Brandon.
Oh, Evil Dead Rise for me, 100%. I'm an Evil Dead head, so that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. But I'm also looking forward to Lee Cronin's The Mummy is supposed to be coming out this year. I haven't heard too much about it, but he did a pretty good job with Evil Dead Rise, and The Hole in the Ground was also a really good little indie film that I'm excited for. And I'll go with Pinocchio Unstrung. I'll give me some of that Puniverse, action going on. I'm excited to see what they do with Pinocchio and how far they take things, because I've heard some pretty wild stuff about it, and I'm excited to see some good practical effects.
I like Bambi the Reckoning, so I'll be there for Pinocchio. Sam.
Definitely Evil Dead Burn, same top of the list for me. I was really anticipating Primate, but we saw it last night and it was incredible. It was actually really tense. And then I'm going to throw out Verity, which is going to be more thriller, but based off a Colleen Hoover novel, and it's the one book that I actually had a jump scare in while reading. Like I jumped and I'm like, I didn't realize I could do that in a book. So I'm excited. I love the casting.
Not you jump Sam reading the book. But that's good that your first movie of the year met your expectations. Tyra.
Probably more of the same. I am really anticipating Clayface. Y'all know Batman is my favorite. I don't know about the MCU streets, but I be in those DC streets, and I'm anticipating that. And it's Mike Flanagan, and it's a body horror. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Let me think. I just feel like the Terrifier is really going to upset me, because they keep pushing the boundaries and taking away from what I love so much about the first film. So I'm anticipating it probably for the wrong reasons, but I am anticipating it because I'm going to watch it. I don't know how we're going to top what we just did. Just please, no. But I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be excited for it. The Bride, once again, because like you guys said, we've had so many variations of the Frankenstein film. I feel like The Bride has been sidestepped multiple times. So it'll be interesting to see how they reinvent it and what we do with that. Ready or Not, too. I'm anticipating that. I love Ready or Not. I love a good Ready or Not next type of final girl fighting for her life in a house full of whatever. And then I saw we have something like It Will Kill You or They Will Kill You that pretty much looks like it has damn near the exact same premise. I was like, what?
With
I'm
Zazie
watching both
Beetz.
of these. Yeah, I'm watching both of those because that's my kind of vibe. It's a good time. And of course, Evil Dead Burns. I think it's gonna be good. Like you said, they keep reinventing it and making it great again. I look forward to seeing what they're gonna do. What do you mean burn? Like, is it burn feels final? I'm like, what does this mean? Like Evil Dead Burn? I don't know. I just want to see what they do with it because Evil Dead Rise was very very entertaining.
Oh, and I forgot to ask everyone before we did our most anticipated. I was supposed to ask, what was you guys' number one non-horror movie of 2025? Mine was, I'm gonna say The Assessment. I was very pleasantly surprised. It's a really, really weird movie, and typically I don't like weird. The Assessment is about like this post-apocalyptic world where we rebuild society, but you can't just have kids because of course resources are limited. So in order to have a kid, you have to be approved by the government through something called The Assessment, which I think we should be doing in real life because y'all just popping out these kids, child. But we watched this couple go through The Assessment. It is so weird, odd, like you feel uncomfortable. They play with some weird stuff. People got their kinks and stuff. But I feel like that was my favorite non-horror movie. The performances were so good. It kind of made you feel like I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this when certain scenes are happening. And I can tell you right now, the government will stamp my application. Do not give her a child. Ashley, what was your favorite non-horror movie of 2025?
This one came in right under the wire because I was up between two. I was up between Left-Handed Girl, which is a Taiwanese film, which I thought was really, really good. Oh, what the heck? But I will say Goodbye June. Helen Mirren was over there. It was heart-wrenching. It was raw. It was vulnerable. It was so good. So for that reason, it'll be Goodbye June. I really enjoyed it.
You know what, Ashley? Did you see that movie, Sorry Baby?
No.
That feels like your kind of movie. Because you just said heartfelt. It's about these two best friends. It's like a melodrama type of thing. Pull at your heartstring.
Well, yeah, this was a tearjerker, but it wasn't melodramatic, Nikki.
They say something happened to Agnes, child. It sound like melodrama to me. Brandon, what was your favorite non-horror of 2025?
It was Marvel's The Thunderbolts. Was my favorite of the year. It felt like a good return to form for Marvel. It had tackled some deeper, darker issues while maintaining a little too much of the humor. But overall, I thought it was the best Marvel movie of the year. Anyways, I'll give it that. I think I only watched like 3 non-horror movies this year, and they were all Marvel stuff. So I kind of had to pick through the 3.
I'm glad that I'm not the only person who, like, literally my whole life, the number one genre I watch is horror, and I'm so glad it's not just me. I actually enjoyed Thunderbolts, and I'm not a Marvel comic book girl. I actually only just started watching. Like, I saw Iron Man for the first time. I saw Avengers for the first time. I'm kind of cheesy in the way that I like a good moral to the story, and I thought Thunderbolts had like a good moral to the story that I really liked. Sam.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I haven't watched a whole lot outside of horror and reality TV. So I like my rom-coms, and there wasn't a whole lot this year to pick from. So I'm going to go with The Materialists. We just watched it the other night, and I enjoyed it. I really like the ending. It's more of a rum-drum, Brendan says. I thought there's a little hee-hee ha-ha in there. But yeah, it's that or maybe Wicked for Good. But I like the first Wicked more, so... I'll go with The Materialists.
Tyra.
I chose Frankenstein. For me, Frankenstein wasn't horror per se. It's more like high fantasy, sci-fi. Guillermo del Toro. It's fantasy for me, so I chose Frankenstein. I just don't consider that horror. Not for me.
I can't believe that's your number one movie. I'm very surprised.
That's it. Yeah, I didn't like too much, obviously. I didn't like very much all this year. It was a slow year last year.
Well, thank you guys for joining me for this panel. I thought it would be fun to just get, a diverse little group of movies. I love that we didn't have all the same stuff, which I knew we wouldn't. Tyra, do you want to tell the people what you have coming up, how they can find you, and all that other good stuff? Tyra say, "Don't find me."
No. Tomorrow we should be discussing His and Hers. Be on the lookout for that. His and Hers is available on Netflix. It's a little 6-episodic situation with Tessa Thompson and Shane. If you
John Berthanel, my
love
man,
horror,
my
not
man,
love
my man, my
horror.
man, my man.
You're gonna Shane.
Woo!
That's just Shane. Shane over there, John. Quite entertaining in its own right. We'll be discussing that tomorrow. And the latest episode of Industry Season 4 drops tomorrow, which we'll probably be talking about Monday. So be on the lookout for both of those things.
Our Life in Horror. Do you want to tell the people what you guys have coming up, how they can find you?
We have our 2025 Horror Movie Awards show coming up February 7th, which will be live 7 p.m. Eastern. Go to our page and vote.
Voting
Vote closes tomorrow.
Yep.
And then I'm off for the rest of the month. So
Yeah, so Monday I am going to be doing a top 10 physical media releases that me and my buddy Bo, Critic After Dark, would like to see come out this year. And then on Wednesday, I got Rob Humphrey and Mike from That Slasher Radio are going to be on my channel for a review of I Am Legend. And then we're going to go see 28 years later, The Bone Temple next Friday. So expect a review out of that as well next weekend.
Ashley, do you want to tell the people what's happening on My Sweet Perspective?
Absolutely, a ton. January is filled with TV releases. So, in addition to what Tyra mentioned, we'll also be tackling Traitors. We'll be talking The Pit. We'll be talking Ryan Murphy's new series, Beauty. We're going over there, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So, just make sure that you're subscribed. I'm My Sweet Perspective on every single platform. And thank y'all for coming through. And Nikki, thank you so much for having me tonight.
Thank you, Ashley. Always sweet to me. But thank you to everybody in the chat, everybody who came by. Please make sure you support everybody on the panel. We are streaming also on Struggles and My Sweet Perspective. Make sure you like the live, make sure you subscribe, make sure you support, do all the good stuff, and we will see you in the next one, people. Thank you.